So today I'm visiting the Mundo Pixar experience in Wembley, which has been open here since February of this year and due to high demand has been extended till November. And the timing of coming to see this is perfect. I'm really excited to see Toy Story 5, so coming to see a Pixar experience like this hopefully should be really good. So we've got the various characters up there, Jessie, Nemo, Ratatouille, Cars. And if you're wondering where this place is, it's literally right by Wembley Stadium, as you can see the arch there in the background. So let's go inside. And speaking of Toy Story 5, have a look over here, we've got Lily Pad. So now we're just waiting in line, ready to go in. I'm told, or rather from my Google research, this is taking about a 45 to 60 minute attraction. Most of the time it doesn't end up usually being that, but I suppose it does depend on how fast or slow you go through the attraction. So we'll have a look. I'm going to note the time and I'll let you know at the end.
About to enter Pixar's creative world, filled with exciting adventures, charming characters, and captivating settings, all brought to life in real and immersive environments with 3D objects. Get ready to embark on adventures and experience countless emotions.
So just arrived in the first room. There are 14 themed rooms and we just had about a 5-minute pre-show. So now let me just show you the first room we're in, which is Up. So the idea behind this is to recreate these in life size so you can have your photos taken around them. And yeah, from what I can see of this room so far, it does look quite impressive. Balloons up there. What I do like is to get to the next theme room, we've got to go through that door. What I do like about this room is behind the old man you can see like the clouds going past, as if to simulate as if this house is moving because it's supposed to be tied to the balloons. Okay, so that's Pixar's Up. Now as you go through each room, there's a little board up here. I hope you can hear me, it's very loud in here. And there's some information about the movie that you're going into. So now we're in the Monsters Inc. room, as you can hear from the screams of the children on audio, of course. These are the yellow canisters. You press the button, as you can see there, and it makes the scream noise. So there we got Sully and Mike Wazowski. These do actually look cooler in person than what you're probably seeing on the screen. Over here, you get to open up one of the doors. This was Boo's door. I just didn't really expect that to be on a wire. I thought it was going to open up fully, but you can peek inside and see into the bedroom, which is where, this is the way the monsters would enter from. None of that actually does anything there. But there's one of the doors that's void. And then one other door over here to open. There's the typical Pixar ball. We were told in the pre-show that there's some Easter eggs to look for around here, but I didn't really hear him. His microphone wasn't up that loud. Right, so I've done the sensible thing. I've asked what the Easter eggs that I'm looking for in here, and it is that Pixar ball. They've just seen one in the doorway of the Monsters Inc. room. But I'm told that's a trick one, that's not the real one. What you're actually looking for is physical balls, okay? Not like a projection version. I'm gonna show the first one in here. I'm not gonna show them all, because if you wanna do this yourself, then obviously I don't wanna spoil that. But first one in here is right up there. So the trick one was inside there, but the real one's up here. Now you can't see it very well on camera, but that's just because of the lighting for the camera. You can actually see that quite clearly when you're standing here. So let's move on to the next room. So as I noticed in that one, you do get a little bit about the movie, a little fact there. So far from what I've seen, what would have been, I think, a little bit nicer is to have some of this information within the room itself, not all just in these really just dark corridors, one little fact about it, because Pixar has so many interesting facts about it. You can look them up on YouTube. Some of them are honestly, go and have a look. They're very, very good. So let's go into the next room. Oh wow, this one's really cool. And Toy Story is my favorite of the Pixar films. So this has been created in a way to make you feel like you're one of the toys, because if I were to go stand by Woody over there, I'm about the same height as him. And the illusion it's creating probably isn't coming across on camera very well. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But standing here, especially when you look at that bed over there, it really does work. It's very, very good. And they've actually put fabric over it so it feels like a bed sheet. And that ceiling up there is very high. So look, if I walk towards this, you can see it's very, very tall. Even the door there as well, look. Because I'm a toy, I would never be able to reach that door handle. It's like way out of my reach. Got the bucket of toys up there on the shelf. Some of the army soldiers. And you can have your photo taken here in the Buzz Lightyear packaging. And there's Buzz as if he's just come out of the box. So on to the next room. You can pause the video and have a little read of that. But moving on. So this, look at this. Look at the colours in here. So I've just come into Sunnyside Daycare Centre. This looks so cool. This particular room, I think, was the Caterpillar room. I might be mistaken. But I can see Ken's house up there. Again, I can't get over the way they've done the scale of it. I really do love that, to make you feel like you're in the adventure with the toys. Wow. There's one of them, guys. Sorry to spoil that one. And there's lots of Hugging Bear. So there's Jessie down at the back there. Oh, it's as if they pulled the paint set out. I was wondering what that is. It looked like a slide. I like the little touch over here with the monkeys. Remember the monkeys in Toy Story 3? There they are, hanging from the tree up there. Oh, strangers from the outside. To be honest, I think I would have been happy if they literally just done like a whole load of scenes from all the Toy Story films. On to the next one, we're going into Elemental. I still haven't watched this film, but oh wow, they look pretty cool over there. The way they're doing that flame effect going through her head and then the water going. I've not seen Elemental. Let me know in the comments below, was this one of the good Pixar ones or one of the bad ones? So that was just a quick one for Elemental. Now we're going to Inside Out. So it's been a long time since I've seen this film, but here we have all of Riley's memories. So like the yellow one was for happy, the blue one was for sad, the orange one was for anxiety, and more colours. Such a creative movie. So I've just bumped into Leah, and Leah of course works here, and she's going to give us a fun fact about, did you say Monsters Inc?
Monsters Inc.
Yeah, go for it.
Did you know Boo's real name is Mary because when she's drawing, on the top of one of her pictures, she signs it as Mary.
Fun little fact that I learned about Monsters Inc. was the guy who does the voice of Mike Wazowski is Billy Crystal, and Billy Crystal was offered the role of Buzz Lightyear. He turned it down, saw the movie, saw what a gigantic success it was, and then because of that he wanted to get involved, and that's why he is Mike Wazowski in Monsters Inc.
And what a voice.
And what a voice. What characters am I looking at, left to right? Because I've only ever seen this once or twice.
Joy, anxiety, sadness, and these are the islands.
I should have known that. I've literally just pointed out the wall. Behind us, blue was sadness.
These are the islands. So in her head, she's got Friendship Island,
Yep.
Goofball Island, and Hockey Island, and they're the things that make up her real personality.
Here we are in the room of Ratatouille. And again, love all the scale of it. The scale of it is one of the most impressive things in here. I hope you can hear me. I've got to keep talking because there's music playing in the background, but there it is up there. And then we have like the cheeses and rolling pin that looks great. I just love that I can't even climb up there. That's great. It's just out of reach, as if I am the rat myself. Just to give you a scale comparison. And then if I show you over here, you can see the Eiffel Tower in the window. Oh, Coco. That's the t-shirt that I'm wearing today. Seize your moment. So there we have Coco in the chair, the girl playing the guitar right next to her. It's a very loud room in here, and there's all the family members remembering the dead, and there's like a smell like a fragrance in the air. And then over here we got some of the pictures on the wall. I tell you what, Disney's Up gets the recognition as being one of the saddest films ever, but Coco, literally, you can't not fail to draw a tear. Oh, I love that with the floor effect, that's great. So this is the more impressive one of the two rooms. If you remember in the movie, those leaves were used to form a bridge between the land of the living and the land of the dead. So here we have Hector and Dante. I think one thing they could do is maybe have the names placed down there just to remind you. The songs in the film were absolutely fantastic. I loved them just as much as the story itself. Next up is Luca. I've not seen this one. Maybe I need to start going over some of the Pixar films that I have not actually watched. Elemental, Luca. This is another room with like a nice scent in it. It's got a nice smell to it. So there's all the fish down there, the cat. I recognise this character over here from the poster. So now we're going to Disney's Cars. Oh, look at that, Lightning McQueen over there. Lightning McQueen looks so cool. And one of the tyres over here. And is it Matter over there? He looks cool, he looks really big. I'm gonna have to stand back so I can get him in the entire shot. Cars for me is probably the first one that for me didn't really capture the Pixar magic. And what I mean by that is Pixar were known for playing to the kids as well as the adults, and for me this is the first one where it feels like it only plays to the kids. And I've only ever seen the first film, I haven't watched any of the others, but yeah, maybe I'll go back and watch them again, maybe I'll have a different experience, but so far for me Cars just doesn't quite do it. But I'm in the minority because it's got like 3 films in the franchise and they are very popular. I've just seen on the board the next one's Finding Nemo, so let's see what this one's like. So we have Nemo in the middle and Dory there at the back. And then what I like is you've got a nice blend of the physical sets here with the screens in the background to keep some motion going. There's the goggles, which a lot of people go in there and have their photos taken from inside. And a lot of the coral around here. And some jellyfish up there. So one last look at Finding Nemo room. And now we are in the gift shop. As I came through this door, I was a little surprised, expecting to see the next attraction, forgetting that there's 14 of these things, and I wasn't counting. So as I opened up that curtain, saw the gift shop, I was a little like, oh, that's a shame, it's kind of over. But there we go. So now let's have a look around the gift shop. So just looking around here, just swimming. Just keep swimming. So that's a nice little swim bag over there. They got some Pixar art up here on the walls. So up here we've got Buzz Lightyear. Did you know that Buzz Lightyear was originally going to be called Lunar Larry? I mean, if that had been the case, you wouldn't have thought of any different, but now Lunar Larry, that just doesn't sound right. You can see why they changed it. I went through a YouTube video and it said like 101 facts about Pixar. I really do recommend you watch that. Loads of people have been making videos about that. They're so interesting to watch. I like the fact there's the whole story about Toy Story 2 and how it had some real production problems. Now every film has a production problem, but not quite like this one. What happened was one day everything got deleted that it worked on so far the movie, and I believe they'd made quite a chunk of it by then. So it was all deleted, including the backup, all done by accident. And it was only because one single employee used to take the work home with him and work on it there. It was just on their computer drive at home. If they hadn't taken it home, Toy Story 2, well, who knows what would have happened. So here we got some Pixar figures. These ones look a little bit sort of different. Woody looks a little bit unusual, as does Buzz Lightyear. And the Incredibles. I didn't see a room dedicated to them, but I guess there's only so many you can make. There is a lot of Pixar films. We've got Buzz Lightyear here as a radio control. And up here we've got an inside-out coffee cup. Up here we've got Ratatouille. And some Elemental mugs over here, inside out, Elemental. There's up there Toy Story and Cars. One of Coco. And some of the inside out teddy bears. There's Anger. And over here is Ratatouille. And one of the monsters from Monsters Inc. This is from the Monsters at Work. I did watch an episode or two of this, but I kind of just sort of gave up after that. I always much prefer it in a movie than a series, just because the whole thing the story gets condensed down. I don't like when they pad out stories, because you just kind of get a bit lost in some of them. Not all of them, but some of them. They have a snow globe. And it's the Pixar ball. Look, there you are. You don't need to look around the attraction. They're all here, look. A couple of t-shirts. That's not a bad one. What we got around here on the other side? Some kids' ones of the ball. And Mike Wazowski wearing his Monsters University hat. I really do like Monsters University. That was a really good prequel. Some merch for the Mundo Pixar. There's a bag over there. Monsters University jacket. And that's most it. There's a couple more round to look down the other side. A Wally bag. And some souvenirs along the front here. altogether look like a... Oh, I found one thing dedicated to Soul. I do like Soul. That's a really good film, but don't think too much of the bag, but the film was really great. A Coco t-shirt and a Lightning McQueen jacket. So now let's head outside and I'll give you my thoughts on the attraction. Okay, first thing to mention is they did say this was a 45-minute to 60-minute attraction. I've just looked at the time. It did just take me just under an hour to go through that, but that does include the little pre-show, the notices at the beginning. You when you see that screen and it's got all the information on it before you go through the 14 rooms. But also I did sort of stop to sort of chat to some of the staff, a little bit about what I was seeing, things like that. So if you don't do that, you probably are going to burn through it a lot quicker. I'd say probably about 45 minutes if you're the sort of person that just goes room to room to room. In fact, if you actually do that, if you don't even take a photo, you're going to burn through it way quicker than that. But it's good. I like what I saw, but what you have to do is then you have to justify it with the price that you pay. I don't know if I mentioned it already, I probably didn't, but I paid £36 to come here today. The price does go up and down a little bit, depending on sort of peaks and off-peak times, but £36 for the adults, I don't know how much it was for children, but for a family of 4, this is going to be quite pricey. And when you think of it like that, I don't really think it's worth it for what you actually see in there. I come back to the fact that Pixar's story and facts about Pixar that I told you could look up all on YouTube, I was kind of expecting to see that sprawled all across this place like a museum. And it's not. It's more, like I said, it's a Pixar photo opportunity and not much else. As far as that though, the sets look great. The Toy Story one was probably one of my favorites because I wasn't expecting when I went in there to experience the scale of it, to make you feel like you are the size of what the toys are. That bit was really, really great. I feel if they'd added in a little bit more trivia, things for you to look at, things for you to notice, things for you to read about, you'd walk out of the building learning something you didn't know about Pixar, and that's always a great thing. If you made it this far in the video, leave us a like and subscribe, and you can check out my other playlists, which include movie reviews, movie rankings, movie locations, and movie attractions like today. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, I'll see you at the movies.